Monday. It is a new week, and I actually heard one of my coworkers in the hall on the way to my classroom this morning, and they said, they were talking to someone else, and they said, ready for another week? And he said, is there another option? And for some reason, I guess I've just never heard that before, but I thought it was funny. I really wanted to get here early today, but I don't remember why. Literally all week, and I was like, I have so much to do. I need to get there early on Monday so I can get stuff done. Literally don't remember why I needed to get here early. Like, yes, I know I have a lot to do, but now that I'm here, it's not even 7:30 yet, so I did get here early. Don't know what I needed to do so bad. I need to make sure that my slides are done for this week and do the keys. Oh, was it seating charts? Did I need to make a new seating chart? Not me making like my 4th seating chart for this first 6 weeks. I don't believe anything exciting is happening this week, school-wise. We're just teaching slope and direct variation, linear equations, things like that. So it's gonna be probably boring. I know I'm finalizing grades, so I'm probably gonna have a ton of people being like, can you bump my grade up? Can I come in for tutorials? Is there any extra credit? Just do the credit I assigned. Thanks. I remember why I needed to get here early today, and that's because I have morning duty this week, and my morning duty starts at 7:45. So it's not that I wanted to get here early because I had so much to do. It's just that I wanted to give myself time to do all the things that I normally do before I have to go sit in the cafeteria for 20 minutes. You guys, today actually went well. I am pretty shocked. I did have far fewer students in each of my classes. For some reason, there were just a lot of absences today. I think there's a sickness going around. But anyway, made it through the day. I taught slope today, and it was pretty easy. I think the kids got it pretty well because, again, we're still basically reviewing. So all this week, we're doing slope and slope adjacent things. Today, I am going to show you all the new stuff that I added to my classroom. Thank you for being patient. So right now I am putting in grades from last week because Friday was chaotic and I didn't get around to it. So that is their warm-ups is one of the grades, and the warm-ups that I do is on an online platform, Delta Math. If any of you use Delta Math, I personally love it. It basically is just a platform where you can choose different skills for them to work on, and they can look at examples, watch a video if they need help, and they have to keep trying different problems until they get a certain number correct. So that's what I've been doing as my warm-ups and just kind of making it to where it should take them about 10 to 15 minutes to complete it each day. And then I average what they did all week and make that their weekly warm-up grade. So it makes it a lot easier on me because it's like I don't have to grade anything by hand, it's just on here. And also I feel like it's really helpful having the explanation be on the website, because then it's not just me having to get pulled in 10 different directions as soon as class starts. So it frees me up to do all of my admin tasks like taking attendance and stuff like that. And it also allows the students to get their work done and ask for help if they need it online. So I'm putting that grade in, and then I do a weekly participation grade, which I think I've talked about that in my vlogs before, but if not, I basically have I don't know, it's over there, but I have what's it called? Oh, I have a clipboard with my rosters on it, and I'm basically just looking for, were you on time? Were you participating in the notes portion? Were you participating in the activity portion? And if you get checks on everything, then you get 100 for the week. But if you are not participating, then it's going to obviously make that grade go down. So I'm trying to give them chances to easily raise their grade. I feel like it's not that hard to do your work in class, but for some of them it's really tanking their grades. And I'm like, they want to do extra credit to bring their grade up, and I'm like, you should have just done your work in class when you were supposed to do it. But anyway, so I'm going to put these grades in, and then I kind of have a lot that I want to get done today, but we will see how productive I am. Okay, are you ready for the tour, the little mini tour of what's new in my classroom? Because at this point, I don't even remember what's new, so I'm just going to show you. I mean, I think I remember. I fixed my word wall. I added, let me just show you. I think I showed y'all this. I have my anchor chart, which I plan on adding more, obviously. And then these are all vocab words from our last unit. So I have them on the back wall because my front wall is my actual word wall. And here's what it's looking like. It's cramped, okay, I know that, but I basically have every vocabulary word that's applicable to this current unit on here, and I think what I'm gonna do is kind of have I think I'm gonna do some sort of vocab around the room where I give them a sheet with all of these words on it, and they have to find the definition in the classroom, move them around and stuff. That way they're actually using them, but I don't know for sure if I'm going to do that yet, just for time constraints, but I really, really want to. The other thing that I added is my table of contents for Unit 1 and 2, because those are the units that we're on right now. I have everything that's in my notebook is on here because I do notebook checks, and it should be an easy 100 if they're just, following along, but after the last notebook check, I realized that they have no idea what's going on. So I added this, and it also just helps me to see what we've done, and I think it helps them too, especially if they're absent. They can look up here and compare it to what's in their notebook and go, oh, okay, I don't have anything for slope. I need to go look at the missing folder, or the missing work bin, which let me show you this now. If you recall, this used to be different. Anyway, this used to be by my desk. It's not anymore. So this is now the missing work bin, and it just has Monday through Friday file folders, and then all of this is going to be previous work. So I have it split between Unit 1 and Unit 2, and then further split by week. So we just finished week 5, so all of the papers that were in here, I moved to the week 5 folder in Unit 2. And now they can just come and get what they need from in there, and they can tell which notes are in which week if they just look on Canvas. So I think that was it that I changed. Yeah, I think that was it. But I actually really, really like my room. I love my classroom. I'm happy with the changes that I made, and I think that it's going to pay dividends moving forward, especially my anchor chart wall. I'm also thinking, I have these huge windows in my room. What if I put more vocab words on the windows too? Would that be too much? I'm getting out of here. I'm going home, okay? I'm so tired. And look at this, I smashed my to-do list. All that's left is stuff that is really honestly not priority. So I'm fixing my priorities. So I'm gonna leave. Oh my gosh, I am so tired. I don't know what it is, but waking up this morning was impossible. I have a headache. I don't know what that's about. Probably because I'm so tired. I don't know. But I saw a fellow teacher of mine. Happy Tuesday, by the way. I saw a coworker last year when we taught 7th grade. She had a picture of herself, her school picture from 7th grade, and put it on her wall and was like, this is Miss So-and-so in 7th grade. So I wanted to do it, but I couldn't find my school picture. I don't know, we didn't buy my school pictures or whatever, so I don't have those from 7th grade, 9th grade. But I did find this picture of me in 9th grade before my first choir concert, and Comparing this to my current students, I look like a baby, okay? But this was me in 9th grade. So cute. But also, I don't look like I'm in 7th grade. And then this is just another picture that I found of me and my mommy when I was in 9th grade. And then you compare that to kids now that are in 9th grade, and they're doing like full face of makeup. They are dressing like they're adults. And they just like, I don't know. They don't look like kids anymore, for the most part. There are some that still do. But like, it's so funny. So I think I'm gonna put it on like I don't know, I'm not gonna put it in a frame, but I think I'm gonna like mount it somehow on like a big piece of paper and say like Miss Adams in 9th grade or whatever. That way it's not just like random pictures of me. I got here a little bit late today. I had morning duty at 7:45. I strolled in the building at 7:45. So I had to go straight to duty. It is now after 8. So I have not much time. But luckily I am all prepped for today. We have a faculty meeting after school, so I'm gonna have to do that, but it's okay. Oof. And progress reports are due this week. Welcome back. It is my conference period. I have a headache, so the lights are off. But I honestly feel really good about the topic that I taught today. We are still doing slope, and this is like the first topic that they're just getting. And even the kids are like, wow, I actually get this. Like, this is kind of easy. So that makes me really happy to hear. Now I'm just getting organized because, you know, I'm always unorganized. So I have my big binder with all of my keys in it. So the idea would be during my conference every day, I gather up all the keys that I used that day and all the assignments that I used that day and put them in my big binder to stay organized. That way I'm not having to do like a huge sit down organization of this once every 9 weeks, 6 weeks, 3 weeks, I don't know. However, I don't always stick to that. So I'm doing it now, trying to have good habits. I definitely meant to wake up and go to the gym today, but that didn't happen. So now I'm debating on if I should go to the gym now. I know that was like a crazy change of topic, but it's been on my mind. I have a headache though, so I'm like, I don't want to go because I have a headache, but is that a good enough reason to not go? You know? Okay, so I need to glue this into my notebook. I went ahead and scanned in all of my notes for this week so I can add those to the Canvas for people that are absent or just need another copy of the notes. They can just go to Canvas and copy my notes. It's actually worked pretty well so far, and I'm very glad that I understand how to use Canvas so much better, because last year or the previous 2 years I didn't really know how Canvas worked. Like, I mean, I knew, but like I wasn't good at it, so I just never really used it. Like, the only thing I used Canvas for was to put links in for digital activities that I wanted the kids to do. I was like, okay, go to Canvas and click on the link. But I didn't use it for like any sort of grading or anything like that. I just didn't know the possibilities, truly. So I'm using Canvas a lot more this year, and I'm very happy about it. Oh no, this doesn't go here. No. You go here. Glued it to the wrong page. Please don't stick together. Actually, where's my... Okay, so I do have a faculty meeting after school at 4:15 that I have to go to, and it's probably going to last until 5, which is fine. But I figure I'm just going to bring my notebook with me and do my anchor charts. Like, I like to do a small version of my anchor chart so I know how everything is going to fit, and I make sure that it has all the information that I want on it, and then I'll put a big one on the wall. So I have 3 different anchor charts that I want to make. So I think I'm gonna try and just like draw those up in my notebook during the faculty meeting because I can listen and draw at the same time, so it's fine. And then it probably won't be today. It'll probably be tomorrow that I actually get to put my anchor charts up on the wall. So I have noticed a correlation between behaviors and student comprehension. And you may be thinking that's obvious. If there are bad behaviors, they're not going to understand what's going on. That's not what I mean, though. What I've noticed is that when students understand the material, I tend to have fewer behavior issues versus if they don't understand, I tend to have to deal with more behaviors. And I think that's because they get very frustrated that they don't know how to do it and they shut down and won't even attempt it. So if they're not even attempting it, what are they doing? They're up walking around, they're talking to their friends, they're doing all those things. But this week, because I've been doing slope, I have noticed like a definite shift in behavior. And I think it's because they are able to do the work for the most part. And they feel confident doing it mostly on their own or like with their people next to them and stuff. So I have noticed that they're actually getting more work done. And I just wish that they would do that every time. Because I know, like, here's the thing. If you are just not at all paying attention to the lesson, you're not going to know how to do it. So I don't know how, and I tried to sit them down and, like, explain that, like, guys, I'm not just, like, you shouldn't be just worried about the grade. You need to be worried about actually how to understand what you're writing down in your notes. Because I can't do it for you. I can only help you, and I don't want to reteach the same lesson 24 times in one day, in one class. So I think that's sank in for some of them, but also we're finalizing grades for the 6 weeks on Friday, so I know all of my athletes and like anyone who's in UIL is trying to get their grade up, so lots of different factors that could be impacting that. Hi, it is Wednesday, and this is the first time I'm actually getting on the camera. It's 1:20, it is my lunch. Actually, my lunch is basically over, but today has just been crazy. We had a good start to the week, but now it's like they ran out of good behavior. So I had to write so many referrals. Anyway, my lunch is over. The kids are at the door. I'll talk to y'all later. All right, I'm back. It's my conference. I don't even remember what I said during lunch today. It's been so chaotic. But today was frustrating just because like they kept asking me. They weren't asking me for help. They just wanted me to tell them what to do and tell them the answers. And they weren't listening at all. Today was like the worst listening day I've seen in a while. Like they just blatantly ignored me. And I was like, that's cool. And so obviously when I was like, okay, your turn, do it on your paper, they couldn't do it. And then they got mad at me because I wasn't willing to do it for them. And I was like, if you were listening during the lesson, you would know how to do this. But it is what it is. I'm just gonna let it go. Because but today is my late day. I want to be here until 5. But I did cancel tutorials for the rest of the week because I have some stuff to take care of at home. So I'm going to be leaving on time for the next 2 days. Good morning. Happy Friday. It's 8 a.m. You may be wondering, Holly, haven't heard from you in a while. Also, why are you at home at 8 a.m. on a Friday? You're a teacher. You have work. True. So I did a terrible job vlogging on Wednesday. I think I picked up the camera one time and had to go. Like it was just a short, I don't know. Y'all just watched it. Y'all know better than me. And then yesterday I didn't film anything at all. I meant to, but this week has just been so off for me. Part of it is that my husband's out on a work trip, so I'm alone, which is fine, but I think it's just like throwing me off mentally and like I'm falling out of habits and stuff. But anyway, yes, I went to school yesterday. I worked. It was fine. One of my classes was like the worst they've ever been.
My next class was shockingly the best they've ever been. It was crazy, but I was thankful, and I let them know how thankful I was. And then my last class was normal. So I left yesterday with my desk in a mess. I didn't have anything planned. Like, I had stuff planned, but like, I didn't have sub-plans or anything. On my drive home, I got a call, and basically I had to be home today to accept a delivery, which is such a stupid reason to call out, and I know that. But there's literally nothing. Like, there's no one I could have asked. I couldn't reschedule the delivery, nothing. So I just had to call off work because the delivery window is so huge. So I don't even know, because I was like, oh, maybe I could take a half day, but like, I don't know when I would even be able to go in to work. So I just decided to take the whole day off, and thankfully Adriana told me that she could print out some worksheets for me, and I sent her some stuff to print out for the sub and things like that. So I hate calling out with so little notice unless I'm sick. Like, I've called out for being sick, but not for like a reason like this. And it's mainly because with my husband's job, it's very flexible. So he takes care of the house a lot of times. Like, he does everything like that. Like, I'm the one with a job where I have to be somewhere from set time to set time. His job is like more fluid. So he can generally take care of things like this. But he's on a work trip, so I had to. But it's fine. And I know, like, I was even considering like driving up there early this morning just to like clean up my desk and print out the sub plans, print out the worksheets and stuff. But then I was like, why? You know, like, I always stress so much over sub plans, and then it doesn't even matter because it's a 50-50 chance on whether the sub's going to follow it anyway. And then it's like a 20% chance that the kids are actually going to do the work that I left. And so I'm just like, it's one day in the whole year. This is one day. I'm fine. I'm good on pacing. We had a teacher choice day next week for like planned into the lesson plans. So I basically just made today my teacher choice day, and I just shoved everything back a day. So I'm still good to get everything taught. I'm fine. I emailed all my students, which is crazy. And I like put a Canvas announcement telling them like what they needed to do while I'm gone. But also today is the end of the grading period. Like, it's the 6-week progress report, and I'm supposed to finalize grades today. And I told all my students that I was going to finalize grades today. So now that I'm not there, it's not fair for me, in my opinion, it's not fair for me to finalize grades, because several of them have told me that they have like work that they're turning in today because I told them the deadline was today. So for me to just finalize their grades without taking that work into consideration, I don't feel as fair. So I'm just gonna get in early on Monday and finalize grades before school starts, which we have until 9 a.m. to finalize them, so I'm fine. But I plan on finalizing them today, so that kind of sucks. But it is what it is. One day is not gonna ruin them. One day is not gonna affect their scores. One day is not gonna affect them in any way, really. It's not gonna affect the school as a whole. It doesn't matter. And that's what I'm teaching myself this year. Like, obviously I don't wanna be a flake, and I don't wanna like not take my job seriously. That's not what I'm saying. But I just need to accept that like I have a life outside of this job. Like, more than likely I'm not gonna spend the rest of my life at this job. Just because like statistically, you know, we could move again or something could happen. Maybe I'll be able to stay home once we have kids. You know, there's just like so many factors in play. Or maybe I'll just want to change schools, you know, I don't know. So it's like my life and my personal well-being also matters. And I should really be prioritizing that. And I feel like that's something I haven't been doing the past 2 years. And I've just been like, I have to be the best teacher. I have to be the best worker. I have to be the most reliable. I have to do all this. And it's like, what did that get me? Not a promotion, not any more money. Like that, do you think the kids remember that? Maybe a little, but like the kids wouldn't know that I got there early to make sub plans for them. Maybe the admin wouldn't have even known. Like, so it's just like, I've been so worried about being the best that I've put myself in second place to that. And I'm not doing that anymore. I'm still going to be the best that I can be, but not at detriment to myself, if that makes sense. Just had a lot of clarity. Literally, y'all, all last night, like the whole evening, because I got the call on my way home that I basically found out I wasn't going to be able to come into work. All afternoon, from the time I got home to literally the time I went to bed, I was stressing about today. I made assignments that they could do online, and I was looking through worksheets to see if I could send something to my coworkers, to send something to my team so they could print it out for the sub. I wrote out sub plans. And I like debated the whole time, should I just go in? Should I like go in early? Or like, should I try to go in for a half day? But guess what? I submitted my absence, and then I emailed the people that I was supposed to email and said, hey, I'm so sorry something came up. I'm not gonna be in tomorrow. Don't worry though, like I got it figured out, and I'm gonna have my grades finalized. Don't even worry about it, it's good. And they responded, okay, thanks for letting us know. That's it. It was that easy. So I'm just like, I also, at my last school, it was not that easy. And there was a fair amount of like guilt tripping for taking off. So that's kind of what my mindset has been, because that's been my only experience with teaching. But here they're just like, yeah, if you need to take a day off, take a day off. We'll figure it out. Like, you as a person matter more than you as a teacher. And that's not something I'm used to. So that's a mindset shift for me in a good way. Anyway, I've just been rambling for a while now, but I am sorry. I feel like this is a terrible vlog this week because I just didn't. I don't know. I missed a whole day and basically missed 2 days. I don't know. Anyway, maybe next week will be better. Who knows? I hope you enjoyed though. Thanks for watching. Love you guys. If you have any thoughts, comments, suggestions, questions, encouragement, you know to put it down in the comments, and subscribe so that I can see you in the next one. Hopefully. Mwah. Bye.